Welcome, you're watching the thrift store rundown where we bring Hollywood home on a budget. This fall season might have seemed like an eternity, but guess what? In a few days, that'll soon be a thing of the past, as Old Man Winter's gonna come busting in again, and with that, many more chilly nights where we just want to stay home and think about anything except Netflix and chill. That especially applies to you big-time winter grumps who consider that adding insult to injury. But before we welcome winter, we gotta finish up fall first. And I think with this, we're gonna finish it up strong. You see, no matter what season you prefer, this is still an opportune time to create or renew family traditions. Like, for example, a summer cornhole game in the backyard, or an American Ninja Warrior-style birthday party for your little one in the fall. If your family traditions are anything like the second Wipeout sideline reporter, you might be able to identify with Vanessa Lachey awfully well. And by the way, Wipeout is what I most recognize her from, aside from her repertoire of Hallmark Christmas movies, which I don't really care for. Sorry, I'm just a little bit of a Grinch sometimes when it comes to 24-hour Christmas movies, way before Christmas. But anyway, she succeeded Jill Wagner in fielding all the wet and wild action back over to John Addison and John Henson on Wipeout. Jill Wagner was the best in my opinion, but Vanessa Lachey also did a good job, and I adore Wipeout regardless. However, there's one other production of hers that I think deserves just as much love, and it's Life from Scratch, with a whole host of family traditions that start with you. This Harper College publication, was picked up for 25% off the price of $4.99, and retails for $29.99 in the US and $36.99 in Canada. Price tags don't lie, and neither do discounts, folks. You saw me pick this up in real time on today's checkout video. This book stemmed from the fact that Vanessa didn't have a whole lot of family traditions to work from during her childhood. In fact, that familial foundation wasn't established at all, as he explains right now.
Hey, I'm Vanessa Lachey, and I am so excited about my book, Life from Scratch. It's a collection of traditions that my family and I do together, and I hope that it inspires you to get you guys excited about starting your own. Life from Scratch to me is really special because my mom left me when I was very young, so I essentially created the life that I have now from scratch. And instead of seeing the glass half empty and not having heirlooms or recipes or traditions to carry on with my kids, my husband and I thought the glass is half full because we can start them together. Why can't it start with us? I hope that when people read this book, they get inspired. I just want people to see that they can manifest their own destiny, and no matter where they came from or where they're going, they can create family traditions and moments and memories that are theirs, that will last a lifetime and hopefully through the generations to come.
I'm on a whole host of family traditions, seasonal and all year round. This is the one that I vibe with the most, and you should too. A little fall romance. Nick and Vanessa, Nick Lachey, Vanessa's husband of the boy band 98 Degrees, parents of Camden, Brooklyn, and Phoenix, share the same birthday, November 9th, for you stat nerds out there. So every November 9th, they take an opportunity to have a little romantic getaway at a hotel somewhere near their house. Out of one of those romantic getaways comes this note from Nick. I'll try to read it to you, but it's in cursive, so it's going to be a little bit tough for me to read. But I think I have it down by memory. To Vanessa. Wow, what a year! There is no one else on planet Earth I could ever do this life thing with but you. I love you so much and can never thank you enough for just being you. You yin to my yang. When I'm down, you're up. We are truly a team, and I am so proud of who and what we are building together. Please know that I love you more than anything in this crazy world, Nick. Okay, so the millennial vibe is coming down here in spades, but that's truly timeless. This is a recipe that's also timeless in the Lachey household. It's Vanessa's Filipino adobo. That is a recipe that was handed down from her mother to Vanessa, and now she's sharing it with you. All you skeptics out there must take note that this is not the exact recipe for chicken adobo. In other words, that's not the general recipe that every chicken adobo enthusiast must strive for. No one sacred ethnic recipe is the same in two different households. For every marinara sauce in one Italian household, you'll see another one that's made slightly different in another Italian household. Same applies to Greek cuisine, Spanish cuisine, Mexican cuisine, in this case, Philippine cuisine, the works. So this is her chicken adobo, and I think you might like it just the same. The recipe and the ingredients can be found on page 156, and you just saw the photograph. That's just one of about 21 recipes that you'll find in here. And in keeping with the final days of fall, we're going to focus on the 4 fall recipes in here. 1. Vanessa's Game Day Chili. This is one of her go-to fall recipes because it pairs perfectly with football season. On Sundays, Nick is pretty much out of commission and glued to not one but several TVs, watching games with his friends. The Bengals are his team, but he watches them all. So for every game day in the Lachey household, this is a go-to. And it could be yours as well. Chili in the fall. What's not Americana about that? What's not so perfectly relatable about serving up a warm, hearty, substantial, manly chili while watching your favorite sports teams? For my stepdad, the Pittsburgh Steelers. For me, well, I'm not a big football person. I know, shock, right? I'm inclined to say the Steelers because, well, I love my stepdad very much. What about you? We also have here cozy beef stew. Another nice fall recipe. The recipes in here are certainly seasonal, but you know what? You have the good judgment to make them all year round. That is, if they're in good taste to you. And finally, we have a grown-up mac and cheese. Grown up with the additions of jalapeno peppers, Gruyere cheese, and pepper jack cheese. And that's seated next to the game day chili here for quite a substantial fall meal, if you're having company over. I should say that this will serve, well, it doesn't really say where. Oh well, I guess you have to tailor that accordingly. Now, about the chapters in here. This is almost an equal balance of seasonal family traditions and recipes to accompany those traditions. We have here, divided into spring, summer, fall, and winter, 22 family traditions documented in here, and 21 recipes in all. We have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spring recipes, 7 summer recipes, 3 fall recipes. I would classify the chicken adobo as a fall recipe, so 1 unofficial fall recipe right there. That's why I said 4. And the same amount of winter recipes for official. So summer has the most recipes, and fall the least if you don't count the chicken adobo. But this is the most sacred, and I would say the cornerstone of the recipes half of this book. I gotta tell you, no amount of Yo Mama jokes imaginable will ever be enough to commiserate her mama's loss, as she may never fully be able to realize what a bright, vivacious, bubbly, and definitely downright expert daughter she didn't even bother to continue raising. In short, it's her mama's loss. It shouldn't be yours if you're stuck in a rut as to what family traditions you want to create now and hold up in the future. And speaking of seasonal family traditions, in addition to the traditional St. Patrick's Day, Easter, Father's Day, on a more touchy subject, Mother's Day, Valentine's Day, you get the drift. There are some unseasonal, all-year-round family traditions that are unexpected and equally welcomed, documented here, that I think you'll like. That plus the recipe photographs are pretty tight looking. This is a portion of her introduction. There's no cookie-cutter way to go through life, but traditions help bring us together. My hope is that this book inspires you to write your own story, create your own traditions, make your own chicken adobo. That's her line in the full introduction. And find connection to a life shaped, defined, and created by you and shared with those you love. All from scratch. So, this is half cookbook, half general storytelling. All of this should be equaling up to a life lived 100%. 4.5 out of 5 claps. One extra recipe and acknowledgement of the fans would have given this all 5 claps. For the latter factor, I'm not surprised that Vanessa failed to do so. But nevertheless, I hope this book will serve as a cornerstone for you to create your own family traditions, either from scratch as the title suggests, or adopting some of her family traditions as the groundwork from which to work from. Either way, if you've been itching to create some of your own family traditions, this is going to scratch that itch for you. And all along the way, give you parenting and party planning tips, holiday hacks, scrumptious, delicious, soul-warming meals, and of course, a comforting hug. And during the holiday season, those are the gifts that keep on giving. Good luck. And Vanessa, for creating your own life from scratch, big balls, darling. Big balls. Thanks for watching TSR. Now, to see another awesome review like this one, click here. If you want to become a Hollywood bargain hunter, click here to subscribe. And I'll catch you on the thrift side.